some of the most useful features on LinkedIn?
I think some of the most useful features on LinkedIn, I think it starts with building a network, right? You can stay in contact with that network as you build it. And you think about it, in the past, I had global experience. I can go on LinkedIn now, today, and I can see people in India, in South Africa, in Puerto Rico. I can see them every day, right? My connectivity level is incredible because they're all there, because they're in my feed, because I'm following them. To me, that's the greatest feature, is the fact that it's 24/7, it's fully connected. Even if they post at night because they're on the other side of the world, you're going to read it the next day, but you're connected with them. So, to me, getting in there and understanding that piece, that's the core of LinkedIn. Features that help that, I'm big on posting. It doesn't start out easy, right? It starts out slow. You might do many posts and nobody says anything. It's quiet, right? And then it will start to build. People will start to like, people will start to comment, and that momentum builds. And what is interesting about that, on LinkedIn, if you are adding content to LinkedIn, you're in a very small group. It's less than 10% of people on LinkedIn add content. Well, LinkedIn is this huge database, right? It's now over 1 billion profiles. All of those are kind of resumes in their own sense, right? A lot of data in there. LinkedIn's business, it's a $17 billion company. 65% of LinkedIn's business comes from selling members to other members. Technically on LinkedIn, we're actually the product, not the customer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so if that's the majority of the business, if you can become the perfect product, LinkedIn promotes you, right? So that's how you break out of this, nobody can find me because I'm 1 in a billion, to now I'm number 1 in a billion for what I do. And that goes back to activity. And the reason LinkedIn rewards activity, if you think about it, if we're the product and we're active, they know that our data is accurate and accessible, right? You can sell that. If I jump on LinkedIn once every 5 years, I'm not active, my product's not good to sell, because I could sell that to a recruiter and the recruiter sends a message on LinkedIn and I never respond. And the recruiter's like, give me my money back. Mm-hmm. Right? But they know if they put me out there and somebody reached out to me, I would reach out to them immediately because of that activity level. So LinkedIn looks at us, we have a timed value of data. So the more active we are, the more LinkedIn promotes us. So get out there and just start working some of these tools. Posting is my favorite. You can do video posts, you can do text posts, you can do GIFs as images, right? I love to do that. That's my thing, is I like to make GIFs because they stop the scroll, right? People go by like, what was that? And it doesn't have to be played. It's not a video, so you can watch it at work. But there's a lot of different ways to get that going. And that to me is probably one of the best things to start with. If you like sharing, the LinkedIn lives are incredible as far as building brand, right? You can do a live, and using a third-party streamer, you can then put it on YouTube. You can put it on Apple Podcast, right? So you can then take one session that took you maybe an hour live, and you can actually produce all these other things for you, content, product, exposure. That to me is fantastic. Now, the other side of that is this audio events. And they're really open conversations that are not recorded, in the sense some people record them, but it's not within LinkedIn. They're not recorded, so they're very ephemeral conversations. But you can go into those and you can build your thought leadership in there very quickly, because it's not recorded. If you made a mistake, only the people in the room know, right? You learn, you get better, you get more comfortable. It's an incredible way to improve public speaking, not being afraid of, getting out in front of people, because it is audio. It's just a picture of you, right? Picture sitting there. you can talk a little more freely. You can get more comfortable to the point where maybe now you can present in public, right? So it's that stepping stone. And the relationships that you can build digitally are sometimes even stronger than the ones you can build in person, because sometimes there's more barriers in person than there are in that digital. People feel a little more comfortable. I'm at home, I'm on my phone, or I'm on my computer. It's safe. You can build a little more relationship at times. I just came back from the UK. I presented on LinkedIn at one of the first LinkedIn focused conferences in the UK called Uplift Live. And I met people that I have known for 10, 15 years, some of them, and never met them, I call in real life, right? I've never met them in real life. They were exactly who they were.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them actually were a little taller, which is kind of a funny. That was the only thing. Height was the thing.